Hey guys, Courtney here with Courtney's Customs, and today I'm going to show y'all how I made this super cute rhinestone accented Christmas tree tumbler. I don't work with rhinestones very often, but this makes me want to start doing it even more. I hope y'all love this as much as I do. Let's go ahead and get started. So I'm starting off with a 20-ounce skinny straight that I got from Makerflow Crafts, and of course their link will be down in my description. And I base painted it Head in the Clouds from Color Shot, and I'm going to do the Mod Podge method with my glitter. Only thing we're doing today is covering the entire tumbler in this really pretty moonlight mist. It's from the Glitter Grind. Now this is a white glitter, but it has just like the most subtle opal tint to it. It's really pretty. So I'm just using a soft makeup brush, and I'm going to cover the entire tumbler in Mod Podge and then this really pretty moonlight mist glitter. And that will be, aside from epoxy, that will be the extent of what we're doing here today. So I don't know if you can really tell on camera, but if you can see that very subtle like opal, this is one of my favorite whites from the Glitter Grind. I have a handful of favorites, but this is definitely top 3. So now I'm just going to let this Mod Podge dry for about 5 minutes, and then I'm going to spray seal the entire tumbler with Rust-Oleum Matte Clear Enamel. Pop it on my turner back here from Bama Cups, add 2 coats of epoxy, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so now that there's a couple coats of epoxy over this, everything is good and smooth, it's time to move on to the decals. And I found these on Creative Fabrica in a bundle. It came with like tons of different ones, but I just chose the ones that I liked the best. So I'm going to put these on individually. Printed the tree, the Christmas tree, I believe it's like 6 inches tall by 4 inches wide, I think is what it was. And then the Christmas presents, one is 2 inches tall, one is 1.5 inches tall. So I just kind of like randomly sized those up. So I'm just going to I'm going to start with the tree. I'm going to let it soak in my water over here, room temperature water, for about 45 seconds. Alright, so now I'm just going to line it up about where I want it to be. Add some pressure and gently slide that off. As usual, go in with a squeegee, flatten everything out, get rid of any wrinkles and air bubbles, and then I'm going to do the same thing with my 2 Christmas presents. I'm just going to kind of place them randomly along the bottom of the tree. So now the only thing I'm going to do is let this dry for about an hour and then apply the final 2 coats of epoxy, and then we'll come back and add the rhinestone details. Alright, so this is done when it comes to epoxy. So no more epoxy is going to be needed. I've already cleaned up the inside. There's no like paint or anything on the inside. So now it's time for the rhinestone work. And whenever you put rhinestones on, you don't want to add any more epoxy to them because they're going to lose their shine. The rhinestones stay on the outside of the epoxy. So I'm going to use Liquid Fusion to apply my rhinestones. This is really heavy duty stuff. Once it's dried, those rhinestones are not going to go anywhere, I promise you. And I have a couple different kinds of rhinestones here. They are all glass rhinestones and they're flat back, so they're going to lay perfectly flat onto the tumbler. Here's just various sizes of just your normal, just like crystal color. And then here's some different colors. I'm considering maybe using some red to put around the like garland of the tree, and then using the silver regular ones for like the presents. Well, it might change as we go along, I'm not sure, but I am going to start off with the red ones for sure. I'm going to put some of this Liquid Fusion just on a piece of parchment paper here, and then I have this really super cute rhinestone pick, and I'm going to use this part here to kind of like dab on some of that glue, and then this right here picks up the rhinestones really easily, so you're not trying to do it with your fingers. So let me scoop out some of those red rhinestones. There's a lot of different sizes, so I'll just kind of have to like shift through them and see exactly what I'm wanting. But I'm going to start by adding some dots here, picking up a rhinestone, setting it on that dot of glue, And continuing this process until I have my desired look. And I'm going to go in with the smaller rhinestones, like right there I added a smaller one because I'm right there at the end. I might use the bigger ones, I might switch it up here and there, I'm not totally sure, we will see. But this stuff, I don't want to say it dries really quickly because it really doesn't, but it gets to the point where it's hard to add another rhinestone. So I just suggest doing like, you know, 5 at a time at most. Is that? I absolutely love it. Okay, so let me clean up my little rhinestone mess over here and we will move on to the presents. So I think for the presents I'm going to line the green ribbon down here. So I'm just going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to use some pretty small ones for that. Let's try these here. So the exact same process, just dabbing on this glue and then adding the rhinestone. I'm going to use some larger ones for this next present because obviously the present is much larger, but still the same process. Alright, now the only thing I'm going to do is let this sit and let everything dry. I'm going to keep it on the cup cradle to keep everything nice and flat. But I'm going to let it dry for the next at least couple of hours and then I'll be able to pick it up. Everything will be sticking real good. But before we wash it and all of that good stuff, I would wait, you know, at least 24 hours. Alright, so after it's sit for a few hours, this is what it looks like. It is absolutely adorable. It was cute before the rhinestones, but this just really did something to it and I think it's adorable. Remember, do not epoxy after you put the rhinestones on. I don't want to say it will ruin the tumbler because it won't ruin it, but you know, the epoxy, you'll be able to see it kind of like gump up around the rhinestones. It just won't look as clean, I guess is a way I could put it. Before I go, like always, I do have y'all's cup of positivity for the day, and today's quote is, "We cannot solve problems with the kind of thinking we employed when we came up with them." That is all I have for you guys today. I really hope you love this as much as I do. Now excuse me while I go take down my Halloween decorations and put my Christmas tree up. I hope you all have a great day. If you have any questions, like always, please feel free to comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Be kind, love one another, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!